She stopped listening a long time ago. I say some dumb shit.
Fuck you, Capcom.
Aliens are real.
Look at those fucking veins, baby.
Oh my god. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 98 of the Average AF Podcast.
89 backwards.
I'm your host, Adam McElroy, and joined today by Mr. Rad Dad himself, Brian Baker, and we are joined as well by Mr. BJ Price.
A Daker Production.
I won't be on the Patreon, apparently, I guess.
What? What?
What?
What?
Didn't you say on the last episode that it wouldn't let you put my name in?
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's
you
crazy.
could thank my parents for that, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, yeah, just to recap, because that's hilarious. Patreon blocked a post because I put BJ's name in it.
Sexual
as
content.
BJ, yeah, and it said it was sexual content. And
that's hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry.
I think I had to put in Robert Price.
That's fine.
Like, the thing
also
is,
my name.
If they're gonna, they need somebody to proofread that shit.
Right.
Get a fucking admin in there.
There was an option to appeal, and I'm like, that's just, I'm just going to change it.
It's gonna take forever.
They're probably just like, that can't be his name.
Right.
That ain't
They
real.
That's like it's a relatively common, like,
Oh, yeah.
what do you call that? Like, two letters.
What about BJ Penn or
Yeah,
BJ
Penn.
Novak?
BJ Novak. Okay, I like these people that Baker definitely doesn't know,
Nope.
but
I had a BJ.
they are legends to me.
He was my
BJ.
neighbor.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, BJ Pound.
BJ Pound?
Yeah,
That's
almost worse than my name.
That's an unfortunate name.
Yeah.
BJ Price. I never put that together.
How have you never put that together?
Have you ever put that together?
Why would we know? I never did either. I never put BJ Pound together either, though.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys!
But
what, did you
BJ
guys never
Price,
go to?
I
Like,
know
junior
because
high?
I was just younger when I like remember living next to him, and I guess now as I'm older with a dirtier mind, I just
I'm
now
sorry.
fucking realize.
I'm sorry, but
Did you put BJ Price in the description?
Yeah.
That's probably why they blocked the
Because
shit.
his name is BJ Price.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Very
probably
true.
why it was definitely sexual content.
Yeah.
They were like, oh yeah, he's just trying to
He's
get fucking.
charging.
He's charging for this shit.
Wow.
God.
Wow.
So we're trying to defend BJ being a common name when both the names that
But
me and
BJ,
Oh, they're bad.
okay, I'm sorry, man, but that's,
yeah.
I've never put that together.
Oh, it's great. It's
And
great.
we
A
just
bad,
hit sexual
trust me.
content within the first minute
Yeah.
of our show. Right
It's all
there,
good.
talking
YouTube's gonna
about
kick
BJ
you off
Pound
now.
and
It's
BJ
all
Price.
good. Who
You got
cares?
a content strike.
Yeah,
Who cares?
Get
We'll put
it.
it on Patreon. it's all good.
So my boss had to when I started into my position, we had to do like a weekly meeting, and he put into the calendar, like the whole company calendar, he put my BJ meeting.
Dude, that's.
And we were all debating whether to tell him.
I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse. Your name could cause so much fun
It
in
could.
my life. If I was BJ,
Yeah.
I would have so much fun with
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
That's
Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's a blessing. Sometimes it's a curse.
yeah.
Yeah, I
It
could see
can-
both ways.
It could
Oh,
easily
yeah.
go both ways. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
for
it was
sure.
it was rough through
Yeah.
junior high and high school. I can tell
I
you
bet.
that.
I bet. Sorry, man. I never put that together.
No, you're fine.
You just ruined it for our whole audience, I guess.
Sorry about that. Sorry, everyone. Oh, but I had. You didn't have anything to start. I had something to start. They aren't real. There we go.
Oh no, they're definitely real.
I'm yelling in my
No,
car.
no,
I'm
they're
like,
real.
They ain't real.
Oh, they're
They ain't
definitely
I knew,
real.
we knew you
So-
would.
Aliens are real.
Okay, well, this will actually tie into what you and I were talking about before
Oh,
we started.
man.
So
Okay.
I won't get heavy, and I'm not gonna go big. I'm not gonna
Okay.
razz you guys about
Oh, it might.
belief
About
in
being
aliens and all
right?
that,
Yeah,
about-
okay.
about
Yeah.
You're not right.
Okay.
But there's two things that that I kind of wanted to bring up about this. So I can't say much about it. I am a Christian, and you guys could come at me
You're
about
in
that.
the
I could come at
government.
it.
He's with the feds.
Yep.
You figured it out.
Somebody's not
Jesus.
going to
Figured it
fucking
out.
Mars.
Yeah, you ain't coming with us, son.
So there was an interesting story with this. So like being a Christian, that's a big thing about like aliens that always bothered me when I was like still young. But I was probably 20. I was working at like a granite countertop place for a while. And I was working with this guy I really respected, just super intelligent dude. And we went to lunch one day, and he's telling me he actually just talked to me about being a Christian, and he's like, what scares you about that? I'm like, I don't know. I've never been asked that. What do you mean? And he's like, okay, so we're like supposed to, if you go by the Bible, we are the ones created by God. We're the ones who were made on this planet. That's it. That's us, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, what if they find life on other planets? He's like, doesn't it go against all that? I'm like, that was the first thing. That was the first thing in like my Christian life that like shook me. Because then it's like, okay, well then, oh, wait a second. But it was just because there was two things. Them on Mars, they haven't found anything yet. They've gone to where they thought water was, the new rover that's up there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's gone to, they actually landed it right where they thought a lake was at some point, and they're drilling core samples and doing all that right now.
Right.
But then I read this morning that they just found a planet like past Pluto, like one that Pluto's not even a planet, but they just found a planet that looks like it has lakes.
Ooh.
Like actually, that looks like it has. No, it looked like it had like rain clouds, is what it was.
So let me ask you this. I'm
sick.
trying to find something. I'm not trying to like check out of the episode. I'm trying to find something that goes along with that. But now there's a big difference between. Oh man, we're gonna get down this fucking.
Yeah, we are. I'm ready.
Damn. Okay. So
I'm ready to segue at any point if you want.
There's a big difference, and you can keep this as simple as you want. But there's a big difference in aliens and intelligent life and life in general. So do you believe that there's life in general out there, and maybe not just like intelligent life and aliens and things like that, or none of it?
That's an interesting. I've never been asked that. So I guess if I broke that down, there could possibly be some sort of life form out there, because when they're
like
looking
amoebas
for
and shit.
Yes, that's what they're looking for. That's what NASA and everybody thinks could be out there.
Right.
As for intelligent life forms, aliens just zipping around in spaceships, nah, that ain't happening. That ain't out there.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no way that we could not be visited in some way, shape, or form. That there's no.
Yeah, but the universe is massive, man.
Cool.
I mean,
it ain't there.
But I look at it this way:
it ain't there, man.
He feels as though there's possible life form, right?
Yeah.
Other life form. Aliens are a different fucking life form, so at least you're kind of up there with us.
Right, yeah.
So at least I give you a little bit more respect on your decision.
I can.
And you do have
that.
a valuable fucking reasoning, though, too. I will give you that.
Well, I think that it would just be interesting to see, like if they do find some sort of amoebic type life form in a water droplet because if there's water, there could be some form of life, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And if they find that, and it would be interesting to track that back and be like, oh, it bounced off. It could be there could be a life form there that bounced off of Earth at some point, got into orbit, landed somewhere else, and found something to sustain it. It's just I find all that part interesting.
That's one thing that they think we might be, is because we're so different from everybody or everything else on the planet that we might have come here from a comet or something like that. We could get down that road pretty deeply. I don't want to, because that's going to take up the whole episode.
I don't know.
But you mentioned a guy mentioning some things like whatever, and it reminded me of a note I have in here about when I bought my truck. So this was probably 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've kept this in here because I was getting my truck, and one of the deals we made was I have to have new tires on the truck. That's just kind of what we worked out as part of the deal. So they're putting them on and stuff, so I got to sit there for like 45 minutes, an hour. And this dude is also getting his car worked on, and he's just telling me about all this crazy stuff. Like this is like prime QAnon stuff. Like prime time.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I just, you saying that made me think of this. So... Yeah. And I literally have notes here.
Oh, my.
Because I was just sitting there and just writing down what he was saying. I'm not going to read it all, obviously. But one big thing, 9/11 never happened. We have a disintegrator ray on satellites that actually destroyed the towers. The planes were a projection. That's why they fell straight down and were dust. We got this technology from the aliens. Okay. Now...
I would have had a fucking heyday.
Dude, and I even put in the notes, I'm laughing the entire time. Just because I am.
No, you don't laugh at those people. You encourage them.
Oh, I did. But,
there you go.
Oh, my God. because
You have
these
to be
are
real serious. And
these
like,
are my
scoot
favorite type
closer.
of people. These are my favorite type of people. And
Hell yes.
he said, aliens are here. They feast on souls, which is why they start wars.
That sounds like Scientology.
Aliens and humans have been here longer than dinosaurs, and the human race destroyed itself 3 times, which I've actually just heard of that literally today. They were mentioning it on like Joe Rogan that
I could see
somebody,
some shit like
or
that.
no, it was Time Suck actually.
Oh, was
that,
it?
yeah,
I haven't listened to the new
He was
episode
doing
yet.
an Idiots of the Internet section.
Okay, yeah.
And he was talking about a guy saying like, well, we're actually the 5th generation of humans. And like, yeah, I don't know. It was wild. He listed senators that are killing babies because of later found out the adrenochrome, which is totally factual. Not really. But he said they're Satanists. Hillary likes to stab them in the heart and lick the blood. Bill has killed hundreds. And the governor of Ohio is one of the worst ones. And this is all...
Really?
Yeah, I guess. Well, this was 2017. Was he?
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he... I don't follow.
He wouldn't have been... No, he was the county prosecutor then.
Okay. Well, dude...
County. I mean, he was the...
And he just keeps going. I mean, there's more here. He did say at one point, I learned about it all on the internet. I've been researching for over a year and a half now. So this is prime time Q.
Yeah, the internet doesn't have anything fake out there.
Right. So. This is prime time Q. And then, I mean, there's more here, but humans are 22 different alien races. The moon is populated with rivers and lakes.
Did you ask him which race he was?
Millions of people. No. Half of them aren't human, and all the planets in the solar system are populated. They have a Mach 3 underground railroad.
Jupiter is seriously just gas. Nothing can inhabit it.
Right. It's a gas planet. There's no land. But yeah, you could go across the country in 45 minutes. They go under the bottom of the ocean and deliver all the drugs to anywhere they want to. They have a submarine dock in Arizona.
It's landlocked.
I know. I'm aware of this. I don't know if this guy is. And there's more.
Wow.
But I don't know. You just mentioned like a crazy guy or something. I don't even know why. But I just thought of that note, and I haven't looked at that in years. And I'm so glad.
And this guy drives?
Yeah, he's old. He was older. He was probably,
Shit.
I mean, I would guess 50s or
Dude,
older.
Imagine getting a wreck with that guy and him just coming out just yelling like conspiracy theories at you.
He's one of the guys
Was
that's
he
like,
getting his
I don't legally need insurance because blah, blah, blah.
okay.
Was he getting his fucking hovercraft fixed?
I don't know, man. I don't. Dude, and he talked for like an hour, and it was great. It was the most entertaining thing. And I'm so glad that 4 years ago, I wrote all this down and now have a podcast that I can share it with people.
Right.
That's awesome.
This is what that was made for.
Exactly.
And I
that's
just
that's
now
how you get
remember
that guy
it.
on here.
Right. Oh,
That's what you need.
He's in Shelby somewhere.
Find him.
I'm sure we can find him. If we start asking questions about this stuff, they're going to point us to his house.
Hell yeah.
They know where he's at.
The best would be is if you find him and he's just completely saying no.
Oh,
And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's not me.
voted for Biden.
Oh my god.
Complete shift.
I have one instance where like I really egged on kind of the crazy in somebody. So my wife at my wife's like 1 or 2 previous jobs ago, they had a big Christmas party, and so spouses got to go, and it was at like it was where they used to have E-City Buy over where StarTech is. That
Oh, okay,
Right.
yeah, the Mid-Ohio Conference.
Mid-Ohio Conference. So that's where
Right.
it was. And they always, her and her group, they were buyers. They always talked about this crazy lady. We'll just call her Linda.
Okay.
And
Linda's
so-
always crazy.
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so Linda would always talk to them just about crazy stuff with like animals that she's rescued. She's rescued raccoons and her dogs and stuff. They just run away from her all the time, and
Oh,
she doesn't know
no.
what's going on and stuff.
Ah.
And I told Hannah, I'm like, when we get there, I'm like, you gotta point Linda out to me. I've gotta see her.
Yeah, you gotta,
I'm like,
you gotta know.
I'm like, Hannah, before I go in there, she looks like this, right? I like explained it, and she's like, oh my, that's to a T. I'm like, okay, I'll find her.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm just gonna point at people. You tell me if I'm right. And she's like, and I found her. And I'm like, that's her, right? She's like, yeah, that's her.
Right. You can
And
always tell.
she came over to say hi, and she just started talking about her crazy dogs to me and stuff. I'm like, man, that's just nuts. And she's like, and I got this German Shepherd, and anytime I try to talk to him, he just runs upstairs and hides under the bed. I'm like, that's not fair. You just want to like hug him. And she just like locked eyes with me, and she's like, you're absolutely right. I
Right.
just want to love him. We had it going for a good 8 minutes.
That is a psychopath.
Oh,
is
very
who
much
that
so.
is.
Oh my god.
These people are my favorite.
Yeah. She had a son who like incredibly embarrassed by her and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
And it was a good
I
conversation.
will say, me and you, and maybe you, but me and you have the luxury of being able to just encourage these people because we're big guys.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of
no.
anybody, really.
I
Unless-
encourage people.
Yeah,
No, I've been
but you
stepped
can
to
get
it
your ass
for-
kicked.
Oh, I could definitely get my ass kicked.
That's why I was like, maybe you a little bit.
Yeah.
But like some people don't have that luxury where I'm like, okay, I'll stand with whoever I want, and like if they're talking crazy, we're gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
Because if crazy shit pops off, I'm gonna be fine.
Mhm.
You might not be fine,
If I'm with you, I'm fine.
There you go.
Well,
you need to have that.
I've got bigger friends.
right? Oh my god!
Yeah.
Shout out Jordan Warner. He's been on the show before. He's not a small guy by any means, but he's like 6 foot, a regular sized guy, really. And he would always go to metal shows with me and Tom Pullem. Have you met Tom?
Yeah.
Okay.
You asked me that
I
every
know,
time.
I do it every time.
Every single
But
time.
I never remember.
I love it.
Shout out Tom. And like Braxton and Scott and like all these people that I am the smallest one out of the bigger people or whatever. And Jordan would just be in these metal shows and just start fights. Not necessarily fights, but just
No, they're fights. You're at a metal show. You start fighting.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
It's
well,
what happens.
let me explain, because he just fucks with people, and then they turn around and see Jordan, and then us 4 behind him, and everybody aside from me is like 6'4" or taller, and just massive dudes. Like I said, I'm probably the smallest, bigger guy, and just nobody like did anything to him, and he just took that luxury.
They probably
Oh
look at
my
him like,
gosh.
it's probably part of his bucket list.
Yeah.
Let him go.
Right, and we're just his bodyguards behind him, and it just
Hell yeah.
dude,
My
it was
man,
fun, but
my
also
idol.
like, stop. Like I'm not trying to fight.
Quit being
people.
that dude.
Right.
But did you have to fight people? Often.
Next topic.
We had I went to, it was one of the last Warped Tours they had, but I had a friend who was actually playing on a side stage and stuff.
Nice.
And I'm super pumped. I love Warped Tour.
Right.
But Silverstein was opening, and
Do
they
you even
opened
know what
just
Warped Tour is?
Yeah, it's a bunch
Okay.
of concert or a bunch of bands and shit.
I had to.
it's like a festival.
Yeah.
Well,
I had
but
to-
it's like one day.
I had to tell Steve what Bonnaroo was.
I don't know what Bonnaroo
Man,
is.
You don't know what Bonnaroo is?
Sonic Forest.
Not that I care, and I would never go, but like it's like another Warped Tour kind of Coachella type.
Yeah, it's
vibe
in that
type
same
thing.
vein. There's a lot of them though.
Oh.
I don't
There's
know.
way more of them now.
How do people not have ever heard of Bonnaroo?
I've been to one concert.
What's your one concert?
Dave Matthews Band.
Okay, my buddy's one concert. He tells me every
I was
time
like
he's
16.
like I've only ever been to one concert. I'm like, what's that? He's like Nickelback. I'm like,
I've been to a Nickelback show too.
I love Nickelback.
Well, I only went because Seether was opening for him,
Ooh.
and then Seether got loud applause after their first song, which is Gasoline, which was epic to start off with.
Great tune.
And after that first song, like everybody's going wild, and Sean Morgan, the singer, literally said, "Hey, you guys probably need to calm down, or Nickelback's gonna get pissed." Because like it was clear that everybody was there for them,
That's
and we
awesome.
stayed for Nickelback. Obviously, it was a good show.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan, but they're okay, like whatever. But the show was awesome.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
So at this Warped Tour show, the guy who's in the band that we're there to see, his sister's there. She's petite little thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we go, I'm like, oh, Silverstein's opening the show. We're getting over there. There are, I think there was like eight or 10 dudes and decent sized dudes. And they all just had a shirt on that said, "Fuck you, fight me."
yes,
And I'm like, this is going to go bad. So Silverstein's playing and stuff, and she's kind of right in front of me. And there's like, people are kind of moshing around, and I'm just kind of putting my arms out to try kind of just keep
Right.
her from getting hit.
right.
And these guys in those shirts line up on the other side, lock arms,
Oh
and
no.
run at us.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
and we're at the point where the guy on the end is there, and I just
Now-
kind of
Are you in the mosh or are you at the edge of the mosh?
We're at the edge of it because
Okay,
I was
these
with
guys are
some
douches
friends.
then.
Yeah, these guys are just
Okay.
they're coming at all of us.
Coming at the crowd. You can't do that.
Right. So the guy on the end's coming at us, and I kind of grab her arm and I just put her behind me, and I kind of like hold onto her
Right.
arm while she's behind me, and I just kind of put my shoulder down, and I got that dude right in his mouth.
Yes.
Right in his mouth.
Yes.
Took him
Nice.
down, and it was just kind of like they didn't all go down. It took like two because they were locked arms. He goes down, and like
And
the
then it
next
just-
two goes down.
Yeah.
They didn't all go down because they were pretty big dudes. But
Right.
I was just like, come on, man. I'm
Right.
trying to enjoy the show, and it's I hate
You
That's
guys are
simple.
just being douches.
Right. That's how I am, man. Like, I don't want
What,
to
a
fight,
douche?
but I also miss fighting. And sometimes.
He said that's how I am.
But, man, we're fucking 20 minutes into the episode, and we haven't
Right.
even got
Whoop.
to anything.
Dude, you want to hear some crazy shit that
All
happened?
right, let's go. Let's shit on people.
Do you want to hear a funny story or 2 crazy scenarios that happened within 24 hours?
I'm gonna go
Both.
yeah, I mean,
mean,
Which
start
one
with- start-
first?
Start
Shut the
funny.
fuck up. Hurry up.
All right, dude. So
Start
I'm
funny.
at the gas station literally today. Like, I had to write that shit down on my phone. And I'm pumping gas, and there's the kid pumping gas. Now, first off, these people are impatient because they pulled up, and it's at Sam's Club.
Mhm.
So you know how they're, like, fancy with their gas stations. They got the arrows and shit, how you can only go
Right.
the one way. Well, they're literally so impatient that they pull up to the pump that's got nobody there and have to, like, swing the pump all the way around to the other
come
side.
on.
Yeah, and
Don't
she's,
be that guy.
she's got her kid out there
I've
pumping
actually
the gas.
never seen that before.
I haven't either.
Really?
I've never seen that
Oh,
before.
I
dude,
haven't
I've seen it
either.
multiple times.
I d-
And she barely pulled up, like, she pulled up so far to where it was, like, barely going in. So it was
Oh,
fucking
Jesus.
hilarious. So I'm just pumping my gas, watching this kid, and he's talking on his phone.
How old is this dude?
Probably, like, 13.
Wait, he's pumping gas?
Yeah, maybe 13, 14.
For
Probably
like,
14.
Okay.
My
Yeah.
parents always made me pump gas.
Well, right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. Okay.
So, now, mind you,
But the parent made the decision.
To be weird, my dad or my mom would have never made me like, okay, just wrap it around the pump
Right.
and go over it. No,
yeah, no,
Come on.
ever. Like, make the kid look like an idiot.
Right.
Even though...
I will make my kid look like an idiot.
Even though
Plenty.
Oh,
he
yeah.
did it to himself after this, though. Don't worry. So, and I don't understand the whole phone thing. I know it's not good, and they always say don't be on your phone at a fucking gas station and
Been
stuff like that.
debunked.
Now,
yeah, it has.
it has. But the thing is, like, even at Sam's Club, you've got to use your phone for the QR code.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
you can pump there at the station, and it's connected to the
Right.
app and all that shit, right?
Right.
Well, this kid's talking on his phone, and his mom yells out, "Get off your phone while you are pumping the gas." And he goes, "Mom, it's not my fault. So-and-so called me."
Well,
That was his excuse for being on the phone.
it's like, all right, sorry, sweetie.
Right.
Yeah, like, he's like, "It's not my fault. They called me."
In this situation, the parent thinks this is a potentially life-threatening thing.
Yeah, she thinks it's harmful, especially the way that she said it.
Yeah.
It was definitely
and the,
like,
and the kid
this
is
is
like,
against the law.
calm
Yeah.
down.
Yeah,
Baker called. Okay.
Yeah,
Listen.
that's what it was. Like, he said that it was not his fault at all that he was on the phone at a gas
is
station,
going
that
on?
he was on the phone and had to be on the phone because so-and-so called.
First of all,
Like, you can't let that bitch go to voicemail?
yeah, come on. Now, this is a side topic. We don't have to get down this too far. Oh, wait, your daughter already has a phone, doesn't she?
Yeah,
And she's 12?
yeah.
my kid ain't got a phone, but he's
Yeah.
11. I mean,
Oh,
who
yeah.
knows? It might be a year.
I always say 16. I don't know if that's going to end up working out or not.
Probably
just
not.
realistically.
But it's a
Because-
good thing, too, because she does, like, she babysits at times.
Well, right.
Well,
So
then-
it's good
then
for
Well,
her to
this
have the
was-
phone and
This
stuff
was
like
also
that, so.
back when landlines were the thing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
nobody has a landline anymore, not many people. But to me, man, my parents got me with this line so much, and feel free to use this. Well, not you, because you already fucked up. But I'd be like, Mom, I need a phone. Like everybody has a phone. Like, what if practice ends early? How are you going to know or whatever? And she said, well, use somebody else's phone.
Yeah.
If everybody has a phone, just use one of theirs. I'm like, fuck you, Mom. Yeah, so feel free to use that if you want.
We had, I remember when cell phones first came out, and that was kind of when I started driving. It was when I was 16. It was probably right
Yeah.
around that time. But I remember, like, we had this, like, my parents got me one, and it had to stay in the glove box. You were never allowed to use it for
Yep.
any reason unless it's an emergency.
Because it was expensive.
It sure was.
Texts were 10 cents a piece.
Yep.
Yeah, that
In
shit costs
and
There was
out.
no, there was
money.
no plan. It
Yeah.
was just,
Dude, oh my God. Kids kids, like, if you tell people that, they literally don't believe you now.
Yeah.
If you say $20 got me, 100 texts in and 100 out, that's it. And they're like,
that we were on the plans.
Yeah. Dude, I went through like $60 like in a weekend because of this. And dude, I was so slick with it. My mom, like, because I'm like 13, 14, I'm not supposed to have a phone yet.
Yeah.
And my mom would go to the gas station and I'd be like with her. And she'd go in, she'd be like, do you want anything? And I'm like, nah. And then she'd come back out and then I'd be like, oh, you know what? I want a drink. And I go in while she's pumping her gas and get my phone card and stuff. Dude, I was slick. Sneaky little dude, yeah.
Pretty good.
And then my mom found it, and that was not a good day. But, so you have another, a story, a scenario?
Yeah, dude. So I'm going to work.
Okay.
Right? And I'm going towards downtown Mansfield. And I don't know about viewers, but are you familiar with where, like, Fork and Fingers is?
Yeah.
The restaurant right there?
Yeah.
It's on the corner of, like, Park and Mulberry.
Like right in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am close to where I can, like, see the corner of that, and I'm going towards, like, downtown, like, towards the municipal court.
You're heading north.
Yeah. So I see an ambulance and then another light behind it, and come to find out it was, like, one of those volunteer fire trucks, like the SUVs.
Right.
And they come over, so I pull over, and I see them turn right there on that street, and I still see the lights hitting on, like, Fork and Fingers. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And this is on my way to work, so it's like 10:45 at night. I go past it, abandoned parking lot, like nobody's in there. There's already 2 cops there. And then there's the ambulance and then the volunteer fire truck. And I'm like...
At Fork and Fingers?
Yeah, like in the parking lot right there. So I don't know if it was like the alleyway right there, because I know there's apartments, I think above Fork and Fingers as well.
I have no idea.
I couldn't find anything on it at all.
Oh, okay.
And I think it happened the other night. Not last night, but the night before.
You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't
My
even
days
lie.
are always fucking mixed up. But then, so I go down Main Street right there to get to work, and I'm going like 32 and a 25, right? Like it's hard for me to go 25.
Yeah.
Especially at 10:45 at night, not that much traffic.
Right.
I go through the first light after I turn onto that street, and all of a sudden I see fucking cop lights come on.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh, shit. Is he really going to get me for, like, going 6 over? And he goes straight through the light because he was right there. And he goes straight through the light, and he's going towards Fork and Fingers. And I'm like, he's got to be going where I just saw all that shit going down.
Right.
So then I'm like, 3 cops, an ambulance, and a volunteer fire truck. Like, I don't think it's a medical emergency just because of the amount of cops and that it's just a volunteer fire.
Well, a lot of times the volunteer firefighters are EMTs too.
Yeah.
So,
but they typically will send the ambulance
if it's
and
major.
the fire truck. They had the ambulance
fair.
and the volunteer firefighter.
That's fair.
So they had multiple EMTs there, and then 3 cop cars, potentially 3. I'm like, damn. But I couldn't find anything that happened on that one. So I go to work, couldn't really investigate because I was on my way to work, right? You saw the snap earlier that morning, the next day
that I was at a different place, though.
That was at my house.
Yeah.
So I get home after I go to work. I come and I get home, I get something to eat, and then I go take little man to my parents' house. And then I come back.
To be clear, it's not your house. It's across the street from your house.
Yeah.
Let's be clear there.
But that's where this video took place at. It was at my house.
Right.
So.
We made it sound like there was a lot of fucking people at your house.
Oh, yeah. There's nobody at my house. But this shit was going down by my house. So I'm on Park Ave coming towards my house from downtown this time. And I see a shit ton of cop lights. And I'm like, I think that's right across my house, like right across the street.
Right.
I was like, I'm pretty sure that's AutoZone over there. So I turn on whatever street that is, and then I get onto Wellington, my street that it's off of, park my car where I normally do, and I get out, and I'm like, that's right across the street.
Yep.
I said, there's 4 cop cars over in AutoZone right now.
Holy crap.
So I get out my phone immediately. As soon as I get out of my truck, like you see me closing my truck door, and this shit is going down. Like they've got this lady.
I get this snap at like what 8 a.m. 8:30
Yeah, it was like
in the morning.
8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just wide awake, literally coming home from work, like haven't slept or anything yet. And I go, and I'm watching this, and this lady is getting arrested. Like, she's in cuffs, she's getting into the back of the cop car and going fucking nuts about, like, having asthma, and I don't know what's going on. Like, there's
yelling about masks or something stupid.
I think she was more wanting to, like, either turn the car on, which I'm pretty sure the car was on. They don't turn the damn cars on.
No.
So she was yelling about the car being on, the air being on, rolling down a window, like shit like that. She's sweating bullets. Like, she was just going nuts, right? Like, nothing was going on. The cop wasn't doing anything whatsoever. And I've got the shit on video. Like,
That's called crack.
yeah. And, yeah, something was going on. So she's fucking going nuts about it. And then all of a sudden, there's one point in the video where I hear about that she's got asthma and that they're going on about it. And then she's like, I'm not going to have an asthma attack in your car. You got me bent. I'm just pissed off that something about fucking kids being kidnapped. And I'm like, what in the fuck is going on?
Jesus.
It's that guy's wife
And
that
then-
you were talking to at the car place.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I was like, she pissed me the fuck off. And this was for the sake of like any black American. Dude, she pissed me the fuck off for you guys.
Yeah.
Like, she is the one that gives black people a bad rep. And
She's turning up then?
she started yelling, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. And I'm like, why the fuck
What does that
are
have to
you?
do in this situation?
Exactly. I said, you cannot just utilize that shit.
Right.
Like, because you are a black female that is acting like a fucking psycho right now and shit's not going your way, you want to pull a Black Lives Matter card? I said, get the fuck out of here. I said, that's not cool. So, dude, the fucking cop was handling this shit perfect. Put her in the fucking back of the cop car, and you could tell he was pissed because he slammed that fucking door. But he was professional as shit the whole time from what I could see and from what I could hear, because you could hear a lot of it.
Yeah.
But, dude, they were going
Oh, yeah, that shit's
on
going to echo
for
down
a
there, too.
minute, dude. And I'm like, oh, my God. I was like, so I start my day off going to work with a potential some shit going down that I couldn't really find out.
Right.
And then I end my morning
Well,
with
The
a
full
lovely
moon,
dose
or-
of fucking cops right across the street.
can I remind you of something?
Where I live?
That, sure.
Yeah.
But can I remind you of something else?
What?
There was one morning that I got a text of an article about a crazy bitch killing her husband
Yeah.
right there.
Yep. Yep.
Like, right there.
Crazy.
That was pretty
So
crazy.
I understand.
Yeah.
Like,
The crazy shit that
I
goes
would
down.
much rather have your situation.
Yeah.
Now, in all fairness, where you live, it probably goes down a little bit more in that area.
Dude, I guarantee I have at least 10 videos of cops on my fucking phone.
Probably.
All taped from the vicinity of my house.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Yep.
Whether it's the upstairs porch,
Right.
out front, the fucking the window in the dining room.
Right.
I've got videos.
From your truck. Yeah.
Yeah, from my truck. All over.
We have a couple cops that work for us at a couple of our stores, and it's always fun. I just come in and I'm like, "Did you work last night?" He's like, "Yeah." Like, anything funny happened? He's like, "Oh yeah." Like,
Yeah.
a cop in Bucyrus, he was telling me they got this guy was on something, obviously, and they finally got him cuffed, and they're getting him to the car, and this guy he opens the door and he's like, "Hey man, watch it," and the guy just rears back, slams his face as hard as he can into the top of the cop car right where the door is, and he's like, "Why did you guys do that? That's roughing me up." This, that, and the other. The cop that was like, this guy is just like, "Whoa," because he just got on the force, he just finished training and
wow.
everything. He's like kind of freaked out. He's like, "Whoa!" and the guy's just yelling. He's like, "You guys are gonna pay for that. I'm coming after you for everything you got." And the other cop that's with him is like, "Hey!" The guy looks over at him and he just points at his chest. He's like, "We're all wearing cameras, idiot." He's like, "Man, I wish I didn't do that. That hurt real bad."
Like,
Oh
oh
my
my God,
God.
dude. Like, that's the thing, man. There are so many people like that. Like, why are you so stupid?
Yeah.
Speaking of weird transition, your face getting beat in. The UFC's this weekend.
Yeah.
Super excited for this UFC card.
What card's this? Who's coming up
It's
this weekend?
263, and it's fucking stacked. And I don't want to stay on this topic too long either because none of our listeners care. But the main fights are Adesanya and Marvin Vettori.
Adesanya and shit. I love that matchup.
Yes, basically. That's right. And then there's Nate Diaz and Leon
hate that
Edwards.
guy.
You hate Nate Diaz?
I've always hated.
Oh,
Nate
man,
Diaz.
I love Nate Diaz. He's a G. And then...
All right, you got Adesanya and Vittori,
Yep.
and then you've got
Figueroa.
and Moreno.
Moreno, yep. Brandon Moreno, he's a monster.
Leon Edwards is fighting Nate Diaz.
Yep, Leon Edwards.
Come on, Leon.
And then
I wanna
Bilal
see-
Muhammad.
You can't knock Nate Diaz out, but I'd love to see a knockout. on
Dude,
that guy.
Leon might win, man. Leon's a monster. He's on a 9-fight win streak. He's a monster, but he has a British accent, so nobody takes him seriously.
I fucking love British accents.
Yeah, but they don't come across as tough.
Yeah,
All
not
correct.
definitely.
He's a
Jamal
black
Hill.
dude with a British accent, so
That's common though.
I mean, yeah, sure, but
Not as
Black
cool
people
as
in
Jamaican.
England.
well, no,
Oh,
but
geez.
I'm just saying, like nobody takes that accent seriously when it comes to fighting.
Oh, nobody
but-
takes me serious, but I'll kick their ass.
No, you won't.
I know.
But
See, you don't take me serious.
yeah, so this week's gonna be awesome. I don't know why.
Okay.
I just wanted to bring that up.
Excuse me.
I'm super
because
stoked.
you're random.
That's tomorrow night, right?
Yes, I am so stoked. I'm buying the
Sorry.
pay-per-view. It's fucking expensive now.
How much
They are-
are they now?
$70.
That is too much.
Yeah.
That
It
is
was-
too much.
It was 60,
Better get that
and then
shit
it went up to
bootleg.
65, and then now
If we start planning these things out far enough in advance,
Well-
we could split them. I'll come over and watch.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm going to Steve's tomorrow to watch it.
Okay.
I'm sure if you wanted, you'd be invited.
I used
Same
to
with
go to
you. I don't
Buffalo
know.
Wild Wings
Yeah, I don't know if they're airing them anymore because they are so
because
expensive.
they're so expensive.
Yeah,
I mean, but it brings
Um,
people in, and they buy drinks, they buy
Right.
food. There's
And that
no
shit's
reason not to.
expensive.
Yeah.
right.
B-dubs is expensive.
But
I'd spend that $70 at least get me a whole bunch of wings.
dude,
Yeah.
I'm so stoked though. I'm so excited to watch it.
Do you get
Word.
super into it? Like I used to
Yes.
like get on the edge of my
He
seat
does.
and I would clench fists and I'm like, come on, just
What?
just do it.
Huh?
What?
Huh?
What'd you say?
You do.
What?
You do.
I do what?
You get into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we about to get into it.
Let's do it.
Get him.
Throw your dukes up,
You know? Oh my
Yeah.
god,
That's the best
the-
fighting stance
That's
ever.
gonna be the picture I'm using for your fucking for the
It's
for
my
the
fucking
episode
weigh-in
picture.
shoot right there.
I mean,
Those weigh-ins.
Should we do it like
Can
this?
we just not do the weigh-in face-offs
hold on.
anymore?
yeah, Moreno got pushed the other day. You got to move it out of the way, man. That's nothing. That's weak. You got to roll the sleeves up,
Gotta roll.
flex. Yep,
There it is.
beautiful. Look at those! Look at those toothpicks.
Look at those fucking veins, baby.
Oh my god! All right. Well, now I'm definitely going to a different topic because we're pretty far in the episode. I think BJ has some current events, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Before we get into that, though, one current event.
Still going.
I hate you. That
What's
is
the current event?
well, one thing that I don't think you have on your list. If you don't mind, on the iPad, go to the photos, and before you play it, yeah, there's a 24-second video. Before you play it, this is the new. Oh my god, he's getting fucking snacks. He
You said,
always-
you said we're watching a video. I need snacks.
It's fucking short though, but
Sorry, world. Third shift sucks
you
with
can
eating
you
schedule.
can roll your sleeves down now, please.
Ah, I'm too swole.
Sun's out, guns out. My right, brother.
But it's fucking dark
That's
out.
right, brother.
But no, the new Tesla came out, the Tesla Plaid, and
Never
it is
dark
the,
out here. That sun never sets on a badass.
I hate you. We got so many comments on the one episode. They were like, "Hey, it was a good episode, but I don't know what's up with those sunglasses." But he needs to take them off.
But the stun of shades, baby.
yeah, whatever. All right, guys, a little break in the action here to talk about our small business sponsors, our Patreon producers, and to tell you about a giveaway that we have going on. If you subscribe right now to the YouTube channel, you'll be entered in to win free merch. Simple as that.
Free merch.
You can get a shirt, you can get a mask, you can get a hoodie, you can get a tank top. I mean, there's a ton
Coffee
of different
mug.
there's a ton of different options on there. Just subscribe to the YouTube. If you want, you can send us a screenshot to make sure that we get your entry, and we're going to draw that on episode 100. So please subscribe. We
It's
appreciate
simple.
it.
Simple way to get free stuff.
Yes, that's all
No
you got to
strings
do.
attached.
All you got to do.
That's right. Now, let's go ahead and talk about our small business sponsor. Brubaker Photography. Shout out Brubaker Photography. Go ahead and find them at facebook.com/Brubaker Photography 1. Don't forget the 1.
Uno.
But they are our first ever Ride Till They Die sponsor. Been with us from the get-go. Just the local couple, supported for well over a year now.
Yeah, over a year now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
They just take beautiful pictures, love to spread the positivity around, especially with the crazy shit going on. So make sure that you go ahead and support your local business, get a hold of them on Facebook, reach out on their community tab, and send that to a friend and have them check them out as well.
Yes, we love Brubaker Photography. And then, as always, we're going to shout out our Patreon producers. You guys mean the world to us. We definitely appreciate your support. And that's going to be Taylor, Tom, Patty Lite, Barili, Steve Hardy, Steve Bollinger, Joel, Sarah, Anthony, Jeremiah, Nate, Twitch.tv/Evil Tony, and the Teach a Dummy podcast.
Shout out Teach a Dummy podcast.
Yes, shout out to everybody. Shout out to our Patreon members. Shout out to life, man. That's all we're saying.
Word. Shout out to the aliens.
Yes, shout out to the aliens that are definitely real.
Word.
Shout out to you smashing that subscribe and that like button.
Yes.
And definitely go subscribe as well to the Teach a Dummy podcast. But we appreciate you guys. And I guess you got to hear us rant a little more. So,
peace. Back
Aliens
to the
aren't-
action.
Aliens aren't real.
Aliens are real.
they're definitely real.
Do it. Subscribe.
Bow.
Bow. Bing, bow, bow.
So Tesla came out with the Plaid yesterday, and it's the fastest production vehicle ever made.
You said plaid?
Yeah, that's what it's called, the Tesla Plaid.
Plaid. Okay.
It goes from 0 to 60. How quick do you guys think it goes from 0 to 60?
It's high torque engine, so you're talking 0.3 seconds. You're there.
0.3 seconds.
Holy
It's
shit.
just snap. You're
insane.
there.
I was going to say 2.6 or something like
I'm
that.
gonna
That's a
okay.
good guess.
Realistic guess. I'm gonna go 2 seconds or under 2 seconds. It's insane.
Yeah, it's 1.9 seconds.
I knew it.
Jesus.
0 to
Why?
60. And then I think it said it goes 0 to 100 in like 4.5 seconds or 4 seconds or something.
Electric engines are all torque.
Yeah.
That's how they're
It's
driven.
all
so it's
pull.
it's just.
And my
you're
thing
going.
is, like, you can't, especially not around here, there's nobody that even gets onto fucking 71 that goes fucking 50.
Well, right. Yeah, that's a whole different topic. Don't get me started on that. But this video, watch the speedometer, how quick it goes up. Go ahead and play it. The audio doesn't really matter. You see the speedometer there?
Yeah.
Yeah, watch this. He's about to launch it.
3, 2, 1.
60,
Holy shit.
100. Right there. That's insane.
That's unbelievable.
Damn.
That is an electric vehicle. And now, obviously, this is a high caliber vehicle, right? Obviously, it's not like anything like, I guess kind of anybody could get. I mean, I don't know. But, so like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or a McLaren or something that goes about that same speed, generally speaking, you're talking $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, if not millions, depending on what you get. How much do you think that starts at retail? Now, I will say, I think the base Tesla is like, I think it's like 40,000.
I was going
for
to say, I
brand
bet you
new?
this
That's
one
just
is like
base.
74.
Well, the base Tesla with the long range is like 75.
Oh.
So keep that in mind. But yeah, so how much do you guys think these
Probably
are?
92.
Not too far off.
$1. Is this Price is Right? Like rules.
Wrong.
$1, Bob.
They retail, which I mean it's expensive, but they start at 130,000,
That's
which
not-
is obviously expensive.
I'm not forking that over for a car.
Well, right.
Fuck no.
But
Ever.
compared to these other sports cars, these other supercars,
That's way less, I guess.
I mean,
but still.
yeah, it's way less. It's way cheaper. This is a Tesla ad. Please sponsor us.
So if I put that bad boy in autopilot, right?
Mhm.
Because that's probably what it's called.
Yeah.
Self-drive.
Yeah.
Autopilot. That's
Will
exactly
it go
what they
0
call
to
it.
60 in 1.9?
I don't. I doubt that. That's
no,
a good
'cause
question, though.
It takes off smoother. I don't know if you can have auto drive on
Off
while
rip.
controlling the gas at the same time.
Right.
You know what I
No,
mean?
No.
I don't think you can. I think once you turn auto drive on, the acceleration, the brakes is all taken over.
Yes.
I don't think.
Yeah,
you
but that's
can-
what I'm saying. Would
He's
my
asking
auto,
if the car would
the
just
car
go to the 60.
go? Like if
No.
I don't think it would.
No, that's like flooring it basically.
Oh,
It's not
okay.
gonna floor it right away. That's not like it's casual takeoff from a stop
Well, I didn't know.
sign.
I didn't
How
know if I
hard
could
it
put
is to
my.
control
I didn't know if I
going
could
that
put my, my autopilot in different types of modes, like motherfucking sport, race,
The ludicrous
casual.
mode is what it's
you know
called.
what I'm saying? Yeah, ludicrous mode.
It's
Move,
called
bitch.
Yeah, it's called move, bitch. Get out the
Move,
way.
bitch.
No,
It'd
but
be
that's
funny if they
actually
had
what
those-
it's called.
Because like
Put
on,
those on a racetrack where you just autopilot.
Yeah.
Autopilot.
well, like with Danielle's car, she's got different cruising, or different like steering.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's got cruise, sport, and normal.
Right, right.
So I didn't know if you could put like your fucking autopilot in like race mode.
Get on 71.
I doubt it.
and get on 71 and be like, race, bitch, and then shoot,
I
what do you
feel
fucking
like-
need for speeding down that highway?
I feel like that's just like auto drive 101 is, hey, let's not go as fast as we can
Right.
while auto driving. That's a bad idea. Until like roads get safer and stuff.
I'm going to hack it.
You're not going to hack shit.
Yeah. It'd be my getaway car.
Whatever. It would be a great getaway car.
I'll put it in getaway
Yeah.
mode.
I guess
Getaway mode.
Getaway mode.
I guess everybody got really pissed off a couple years ago when LA, like county, Los Angeles, bought Teslas for their like cops and stuff.
What?
But it's because it's the cheapest, basically the cheapest way to get a supercar.
Yeah.
And they're competing with people out there with Ferraris and Lambos that they got to keep
Yeah,
up
that
with.
shit makes sense.
Yeah. So everybody was super pissed, but I'm like, it actually
Funny.
makes sense.
Like, that's why I think I got pissed because that's why we really don't need the chargers and shit like we have here in Mansfield. Like, you don't need
Yeah.
that shit.
Well, that's also why
You really need
There's
that
a lot
for...
of Teslas in Mansfield, actually.
my
Oh,
both,
yeah, but
There's quite a few, actually.
two of my 3 siblings have Teslas. But,
typically where all the speeding's going on is good old Miracle Mile down there on the
Right.
weekends. And
right.
trust me, if somebody's down there with a Tesla, they need punched and pulled
Yeah, but
over.
they're
Oh, their car would
also
get flipped. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're also gonna beat everybody in a race.
Yeah.
So
We're going to flip your car. You got to
Dude,
catch me.
I've beaten some people because I'm that person sometimes because obviously we record on a Friday night. If I
Right.
take a certain route home, I can hit Park Avenue.
and
Dude,
see
I've-
only about 2 or 3 police.
And
right.
at times, dude, I'm like, you know what? Let's see what you got, buddy.
I've done that too.
And I
but-
Did
fucking
you just
murder
turn
them.
Canadian there? See what you
Buddy.
got,
Let's see
buddy.
what you got, buddy.
Well, the problem. So I kind of grew out of it because, way back in the day, the first time I worked at StarTech when I was like 18, it's obviously right there by Park Ave. I had my Ninja at the time, so it was a crotch rocket.
Yeah.
For those of you guys who don't know, but and I would work second shift and get off at 11 or 12, and I had to take Park Ave to get home, and I just like reluctantly pull up to stoplights. And, like, everybody's like, all right, let's race. And every time I'm like, no, man, like, fuck off, you're an idiot. But sometimes I was just in a bad mood.
Like,
And
you
I'm
know
like-
what? You got it.
I'm like, you really want to race, like, a fucking sports motorcycle? Like,
Mm.
okay. And I just fucking blew him away.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're
And they're sitting over here putting, like, all this fucking unknown money into their car.
yeah. Like,
making it sound all fancy and
yeah,
stuff.
you're in, like, an old beat-up Beamer
Yep.
that you cut the exhaust off, and you think you're going to keep up with a Ninja? Like, fuck off. God, I hate people.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So
Good old Miracle Mile.
before we get into current events, did you have another story or scenario or anything, or was
No,
that
that's
all?
all I
of them?
had.
Okay, right
Yeah.
on.
Other than the crazy cops that freaking went past me on my way here.
Oh yeah.
Or no, on my way to Sam's Club.
Well, yeah.
That shit was nuts, dude. I swear to God, that cop was going at least, I don't know what his 0 to 60 was, but it was fucking quick, bro. Because it was on Park Avenue, right? And I was on Trimble, right past Gorman.
Mhm.
Or past Kingwood right there.
Right. Okay.
So there's not that big of a distance from
No.
that light right there. Dude, he passed me, and I swear to God he was going 80 miles per hour plus. And he came off of Park Ave, like, and turned right onto Trimble.
Yeah.
So he couldn't have hit that turn super fast.
Right.
And I swear to God he was going at least 80.
Huh.
And then another one passed me, and I was like, they are gone. And then when I went straight up there, because I was getting on 30, nowhere in sight.
See, I probably shouldn't say this, but who cares? I have different experiences with cops because, again, on a motorcycle,
They hate you.
they can't keep up. And fun fact, I don't know if it's still the same. Probably is. I don't know. But back at least a couple years ago, if you hit 81 mile an hour or more, cops are legally not allowed to chase you on a motorcycle for the liability.
That sounds like not true at all.
It's very true. They can't.
You're gonna have to look something up for that one.
They can't. I mean, we could try to look it up. I don't know if we'd be able to find it quickly. But, yeah, in Ohio anyway, they can't chase you because they're encouraging you to go faster and the dangers and stuff like that.
Very strange.
So if you hit 81, they just
I think that's almost. I think they proceed with caution anytime that any.
Well, yeah, I mean,
any of them-
they'll still kind of follow you, but if
Yeah.
you just like book it and you're gone, they're just like, all right, whatever, because it's happened a lot.
Yeah, if you do
from
that,
experience.
I could see that, especially with fucking bikes being able to get up to like 120 and 130
Yeah.
and the quick acceleration and shit like that. But I do know when you hit a certain speed in a chase that they will back up and follow and not like
Not be
encourage you to
on
go
you.
faster.
Yeah.
I do know that, but I don't know about them stopping the chase.
I mean, they've backed off from me a couple times. I probably shouldn't say that, but who cares?
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I
so,
tried it one time and it failed.
Yeah, it did. we don't want to get into that. I tried one time in a car and it did not fail, but I woke up with a blown engine, so that was fun. It's a whole different story.
Yeah, that sounds like a whole
My
different
mom
story.
didn't know, so shout out, Mom, if you're listening. That's why the Cavalier engine blew up. But she stopped listening a long time ago. I say some dumb shit, and she does not want to hear it.
That makes sense.
Yep. So what current events do we got?
Oh, okay. I just grabbed 3 for you.
Okay.
And we're gonna start with.
Oh
I
no.
want to start with this one here. So I just found this whole scenario interesting. So Capcom
Right.
had a data breach back in 2020.
Okay.
And so, in light of that data breach, a woman who's an artist found out that they were using copyrighted images that she owned, that she took, in several of their games. Like,
Ooh.
more than one, more than 2. It's nuts. So, yeah, there was a data breach, and that actually leaked part of the new Resident Evil game that just came out, Resident Evil 8. And it released, like, a customer and employee information. It was bad. But what it was is this lady, I can't even say her last name, Judy Jurakek? Judy. But yeah,
Linda.
she had a book that she published in 1996. Okay, so in 1996, it was called Surfaces, and the book contains images that she found that they used without her permission in Resident Evil 4 and Devil May Cry.
Devil May
And-
Cry was cool. Do they have comparison pictures?
Yes, they do. They've got them all in here. And,
Oh.
oh my gosh, it's like the evidence is so damning. Like, the more I read this article, I'm like, Capcom has
Well,
no leg
I
to
see
stand
the
on.
lawsuit has 146 fucking pages. That's
Yes.
insane.
And she's charging like 25.
200 examples.
Yes, and she's charging like 2,500 per picture that they used.
Good.
2,500
It's a big lawsuit.
times 2.
So her picture is this one here on the left, as you can see. Well, it'd be on your left too. But that is the logo behind the 4 in Resident Evil 4, and they could show exact, because they can line them up and compare and show
yeah.
that they're exact. Different picture. She took a stained glass.
that
That's
one's
in the
very
game,
obvious.
isn't it? They get better. I thought they had more. This must be on a different website from the original I found. There's a lot more. You can go to a
Yeah.
couple different articles
That's
and see.
nuts.
But yeah, it's a $12 million lawsuit.
12
And I
million.
cannot see any way for Capcom to be like, well, you didn't do this. But no,
Yeah.
she has it expressly written in the book and on her website that if she's cool with people using her pictures, she
Right.
wants to
You
get
gotta
the
get a
RSI.
license.
You gotta talk to her, and she charged at that time so much per picture for people to use the picture she
Right.
took. And yeah, nobody contacted her and stuff. But
Fucking
that all came out. It only came
2,500.
out because of this data,
Data
breach.
breach.
Wow.
2,500 to
Well,
25,000.
I kind of know about that a little bit just because like when I'm like for like our intro track and stuff, the audio, the beat and stuff, I had to license it. Like I had to
Oh
buy
yeah,
that.
yeah, you gotta buy
Like
those.
there's probably free ones you can get online and
There
stuff.
are
that-
you can search
Right.
no non-licensed
yeah,
music
no
or
copyright.
no
or
copyright
whatever.
or anything.
Yeah.
There's some of the drops and stuff we use at our show. I
Right.
expressly look for those things and make sure in the
Mhm.
in the description and stuff that it is in fact
right.
it
But
doesn't
yeah,
have to be licensed.
she's seeking either 2,500 to 25,000 for each photo.
Well, shout out to that data breacher.
Yeah. She
That one came out for the fucking good at things. Find out people are scamming.
right.
Yep. And
Fuck you, Capcom.
I just thought it was really interesting.
So I know they
so.
do Devil May Cry, Resident
Evil. That's Capcom's big. They
Yeah.
Oh,
Street,
they did,
Street Fighters.
yeah, okay.
They're huge company. I think it'll be a drop in the bucket for what their sales and stuff are and all that. But it's just
So okay, so this is
Somebody
way
might
off
want to
topic.
buy their dip in stock.
Not me. Okay, so I've never been able to remember what this video game's called, but okay, so BJ, it's like a mix between Street Fighter and Tekken.
Virtua Fighter.
Is it, I don't know. I just remember there's like an ice guy where like his arms
Killer Instinct.
turn. Is that like a fighting game?
Yes, Killer Instinct is on the SNES.
Okay, maybe that's what it was. Okay, because I've been like trying to figure out what that's called, and I could never figure it out.
It's Killer Instinct.
But we used to play it all the time.
Tony would go God mode. Sweet Tony. Twitch.tv Evil Tony. However you guys know him.
Yeah.
He goes God mode on that.
Yeah,
game.
dude, I want to play it again. Yeah, pull it up, Killer.
That's the new one I want. How do I get this thing on the side to go away?
I don't know.
I want to hit clear because
There's a X in the very top left. Yeah.
Oh no, that got rid of the tab I was on.
I don't know.
Let's add one. Let's go back to Killer Instinct. Sorry. Cut all this
That's
out.
weird. Yeah, pull up images.
Let's go.
It doesn't matter.
Well, I don't want it to pull up because there's a new game too. There's one that came out not too long ago.
Yeah, pull up images.
So
See, that doesn't seem right.
Excuse me.
Can you zoom in?
yeah, I was trying to see if I could find it. The guys you're thinking of, it's
Oh.
this guy Glacius. That guy is the guy you're thinking.
Yeah, yep.
Because his arms would turn into like
Like
it's like spikes and
yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
yep.
But he was one.
Wow, that does not look like anything I remember it. Dude, I remember it in such clear HD and like beautiful graphics.
It's that Mandela shit, bro.
And thinking back on it, there is no way that looked anywhere near the way I remember it. Because this was like
well, you got to think about it.
late 90s, maybe?
That's the thing, though. That's the shit that we
I
grew
think it
up
came out in, like
on.
96.
And look how quick that shit changed.
I know, but like in my head, it was such HD up until just
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Where
I
I'm like,
remember
oh
when Madden-
yeah, that's what it looked like.
I remember when Madden 97 came out. I'm like, it's like
This
it's like
is the
real
shit.
people.
Oh my god.
I
look at
remember.
that.
Did you ever play Blitz?
Yeah. I
Hell
love it.
yeah.
Blitz the League.
Yes.
Oh, where they like
I
broke
never
their
played the
arms.
league and they did
Oh,
that.
the
You could-
X-rays.
Yeah,
Oh.
body slam them and shit.
Dude, if you look at the gameplay now, it looks like garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I loved it because it was so simple to play too. Like
Yep.
you didn't have all the crazy buttons and
Right.
shit, dude.
Yep.
Like you just hit your certain buttons and you fucking bodied slam
Yep.
people.
Oh man. Good
Oh man, yes.
shit. All right. What
All right,
else you got?
Article number 2 that I found just insane this week. Oh, this
That
all right, so-
history thing's bugging me.
history. Oh, this thing on the side.
Yeah.
I'm afraid if I hit clear, it's going to clear out everything.
Yeah. Hit the recent button, the grayed in button under history on the I don't
The
know how
time
to describe
clock.
it. Yeah, the time clock looking one.
That's where we're at.
It doesn't let you.
Yeah.
Oh, hit. Okay, very, very top. The blue.
Book.
Yep, the book icon.
There it is.
Bow.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, my
Boom.
God, I'm a genius.
Yeah.
Look at you.
something
All
Look
like
at
that.
you. So,
We could do simple internet searches now. Yes.
so there's this representative. Is a representative going to question about Forest Service changing the Earth's orbit was dumb, but not for the reason you think. So this
Okay,
guy.
wait.
So
Yeah.
there's this.
Wait,
I need
Earth's
some
orbit's changing?
So
Wait,
alright,
is
so-
he does okay? Time out. Okay,
All right, let me
Listen,
explain.
Does he want the orbit to change, or he thinks it is changing?
I've read this article a few times, so I'll
Okay.
get you. So there was a natural resources subcommittee on national parks and forests, and this guy was being interviewed by this lady who was interviewing him or whatever. So he gets to a point where let me see if I can. Okay, so yeah, this part where he's talking. He said, "I understand from what's been testified to the Forest Service and the BLM, which is referring to the Bureau of Land Management. You want very much to work on climate change, right? Okay, so
Okay.
that makes sense. Right?
Following. Okay. Yep.
All right, then it goes to,
Oh,
I was
no.
informed by the immediate past director of NASA that they have found that the moon's orbit is changing slightly, and so is the Earth's orbit around the sun. And we know there's been significant solar flare activity, and is there anything the National Forest Service or BLM can do to change the course of the moon's orbit or the Earth's orbit around the sun? Obviously, that would have profound effects on our climate. Okay.
Okay.
The best part is you got to watch the video, because the video, the lady's like standing there, she's like just dumbfounded, like mouth agape, just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, like even her, she said, yeah, well, if you figure out a way, that's what he said. Yeah, if you figure out a way and the Forest Service can make that change, I would like to know. Okay, so this hits you in twofold. You're like, wow, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that the Forest Service, who just kind of tries to keep forest fires at bay and regulate who can go camping
But
where.
then he was just so casual about it at the end.
It was. Watch the
Said,
video.
hey,
It's
let
weird.
me know. Let me know.
Because look at the dude's response. First off, I love this shit. It took him a moment to reply.
It
I
took
would
her.
have-
Yeah, that's
the-
her.
Oh, it took-
That's
it
the
would-
lady who was interviewing.
It took her a moment to reply. I would have to follow up with you on that one, Mr. Gomert. She said with a chuckle.
Yeah.
She was kind of.
There's no way you're not chuckling.
Like,
She was
it
taken aback.
explains the exact face that he was just describing.
this
Now-
Like,
this
you can tell.
describes the situation when I was buying my truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one.
So this guy is also known for he's the one, if you remember, was in the news a little bit ago, that said that he came out about the insurrection and he kept yelling about how it wasn't an armed insurrection and people shouldn't say that because it wasn't. And it wasn't even it just going on, and he had a lot of weird stances on things.
Yeah.
But
Clearly.
he tried to get ahead of this. I think now this is speculation. Okay,
Okay.
I think he tried to get ahead
That's
of this.
all
And
we
he
do
was
here.
saying, yeah, because he says later that the whole thing was he was trying to explain very plainly that, okay, can the Forest Service do anything about changing the orbit of the
moon?
Earth or the moon? No, you can't. So there's nothing you can do about climate change. So everybody shut up. That's kind of where he says he was
Oh.
going about that. You can't do anything about it, so shut up. It's going to happen. And
Yeah, but oh my god.
but still, what a profoundly stupid way to go
Right.
about it. Let's say,
Yeah.
like,
He said, "I'm gonna make myself look as dumb as possible to prove you dumb."
yes.
Well,
but
I
it's like-
guess, I mean, I feel like
I understand the logic, but
I feel like you've got to bring
don't.
it down to people's fucking level. So I feel as though what he did was right
Oh my god!
because
don't leave it.
yes, because if you completely tell them like there's nothing that you can do about fucking climate, and you keep trying to tell them, and you prove all these fucking scientific facts and all this shit about how climate control can't be changed and all that, right? And they're still going on about how they're going to work on trying to change the climate.
Okay,
right?
you need to.
So you hit 'em with
you
all
need to
these
stop
scientific
with these
facts.
conspiracies.
yeah, that's
So
Because-
sometimes if they're
you're
so
going down a
dumb
road we can't bring you back.
that they
from.
Yeah.
cannot fucking comprehend the
Look, the
science
last
behind
couple
it.
episodes, man, I haven't been able to stick up for you. I've been trying, but like, there's no way.
Sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire
Well, like, oh my
and
god,
get on their level.
because the whole climate change thing, the argument is like the pollution and kind of things like that.
That's what it
Like,
is. Science has debunked solar flares as well. They don't have anything to do with
Right.
affecting things on the Earth. And that's one thing that he said
But
was happening. That was his main argument.
A
It's
big
this-
enough solar flare.
It's
could
the
fuck
sixth
us
generation
up,
of
but-
humans getting ready to come onto this motherfucking
Well,
Earth.
we're actually on the 7th, according to the
Seventh
guy on Time
Good
Suck.
Lord.
So,
the
yeah,
7th generation making its way.
this is wild, and I appreciate this guy for his gumption.
Yeah.
I guarantee he did not anticipate an article being written about him.
No,
Right.
but it's also, you go two different ways. When people heard BLM, they're like, how is Black Lives Matter
Right.
going to adjust the
That's
orbit of the
dumb
moon?
people.
There was just a lot of, the internet's a dangerous place.
Yeah,
people.
that's people that's reading like the headlines and shit.
Yeah, that all gets a little weird, but I wanted to end with something kind of fun, which I was
Yeah.
losing my mind about this week. As soon as I read it, I'm like, oh God, we got to talk
Okay, I
about this.
can.
Chad Johnson says he took Viagra before every NFL game he ever played in.
Oh my god, I think
to
I
get
knew this.
to get around PED rules.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you
because-
can have Viagra.
Right, you can
Right.
take Viagra because what it also does is it increases the oxygen to your blood cells to be able to move quicker. And it would basically get you jacked up
Right.
right before. And he got
Well,
away
yeah,
from-
he was my favorite player for a long time. I'm
Yeah.
a Bengals fan.
yeah, same.
And yeah, I totally believe it. He also eats, just so you guys know, he eats McDonald's for breakfast every day.
Every day.
Every single day.
Yes. He's
Fun
a champion
fact.
to us all.
Yes.
But yeah, he said he took like his tweet that he put out because people are like, were you serious about it? Because he was interviewed about it. He said, I took Viagra before every game and people thought they'd stop me. If my stat line was bad, I wasn't covered. The pass was just incomplete. Now he went on because he explained a lot of like it where just like everybody thought he was joking, and then he just finally came out. He's like, I'm not joking. I
Right.
literally did every
believe
single
him.
game.
I believe him. If you know Chad Johnson, like, oh God, what's
I wonder
that
if he took
video?
it before he did the dance competition.
Maybe. He just did a boxing match. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
NFL test for steroids. How you gonna stop me running on 3 legs every Sunday? No hat.
No cap. No cap. But yeah, he just fought on the Logan Paul Mayweather card.
He did?
Yeah. Yeah. And he did pretty good. He got like knocked down at the end. But he actually did pretty good. Yeah, pull that up. Go to YouTube real quick.
Jesus, dude, that is fucking. I mean, I could see it, especially coming from him.
Yeah.
I mean, dude legally changed his name to fucking Ocho Cinco.
Right.
Yeah, just type in Chad Johnson boxing, I guess. Oh, there it is. It's the second one.
That's how I knew that shit was coming down.
Let's go for a short one because I just want to see the end. Scroll down a little bit.
3
Keep
minutes.
going.
Knockdown round
Okay.
4. That one?
Yeah, let's do that one. He's actually doing pretty good. Yeah, let's see.
All right, so he's moving. Johnson's in the black shorts. And he's
He's
moving. He's in 4th round, but he's not
Yeah, he
hanging
actually
his
gets-
arms too much. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, he did pretty good.
He caught him with that right.
I think these are the. Oh, he got chopped there. I think these are the full highlights, which is fine. Oh man, Jorge Masvidal's in his corner. Jesus, that's what they just said, or maybe he was an announcer. I don't know. I just saw his name somewhere.
Did he's able to duck them punches. He's got
Damn.
some
He-
good right hands, man. He's just
Yeah.
stiff.
Yeah, this round 2 of 4.
Dude. Yes, scroll
That's
forward.
nuts.
Go to like the. Yeah, that's fine. I think this is where he gets knocked down.
Yeah, round
Oof.
4. Shit.
Oof.
Okay,
He
yeah,
saw
you'll
2
see
good
it.
ones to the
Dude,
chin.
you just wait for it. Just wait for it.
He's got his hands down. He's getting tired. Oh, no, he
And
just
flexing
flexes
on
on him.
him.
He
Hey,
just flexed on him.
It's an exhibition.
Oh! Johnson goes down. Everybody's back up. Back
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, and that was it, really. But yeah, he
But
definitely
yeah,
got.
you see that front shoulders just slacking. He's
Yeah.
tired.
Dude, boxing's
That
tough.
Yeah, he's
it's
not even-
insane. That's the one thing that I've always wanted to do was box.
Box? Dude, that shit gets fucking tiring.
Yeah.
I want to learn it.
For
so
sure.
bad.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Did you have any more, or was that the last one?
Those were the 3 that
Okay,
I brought
okay.
up. So yeah.
Cool.
That's
So,
crazy.
in conclusion, where are we at on the timer? I think
Yeah.
we're pretty good,
I'll
right?
find it.
Clock.
Boom.
Cool.
We're in.
Word.
So the moral of the story is aliens exist.
Word.
No, they don't.
And did you want to talk about the Mandela effect? I know you wanted to bring
That would take us a little bit if you're all right with it.
I mean, we got another probably 5-10 minutes. Why not?
All right, I'll make it quick. So
Okay.
Mandela effect.
Do
if
you know what the
didn't-
Mandela effect is?
Yeah, I said that shit earlier.
Okay.
Okay, but you understand why it's called the Mandela effect and everything.
It was because of something with his wife, wasn't it?
No.
Not
All right,
his
so
wife, but
Nelson
Nelson
Man-
Mandela, yeah.
Yeah, Nelson Mandela went to prison, and he was in prison in the 80s.
That's right.
And what we know is that he got out of prison and, became the president, died in 2016. Okay. What people remember, a lot of people of the time remember that he died in jail because they remember the funeral being broadcast. They remember all of these crazy details about his death.
Right.
Okay, so that's the big thing. That's why they call it the Mandela effect. So what happens? So some people believe. I'm looking right at you, Baker, because you're going to believe this nonsense.
I like it. Let's do it.
So some people believe at that point when he went into prison and the point where people think he died, some of us split into an alternate timeline.
Oh, I could believe that
Have
shit.
you ever seen
No.
Avengers?
Fuck yeah, I've seen it.
What was the last one where they talk about that? The timelines?
Endgame?
Was it Endgame?
Endgame, I think.
Have you
was
ever
the
seen
last
fucking
one.
Flash?
I haven't watched any of them.
Yeah, fuck
The
Flash.
series?
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
all about this shit.
Yeah, all this stuff that people made up.
All
that
the
you
true
think
shit,
is
yeah.
true.
all the
Hey.
fucking true shit.
Neil
No.
deGrasse Tyson believes
Have
in
you
it,
ever
so
not seen the Legends?
I don't know what that is.
DC's Legends?
Have you ever seen the Warriors of Virtue?
Hell no.
It's a kangaroo martial art movie
That seems pretty awesome, actually.
from the
Kung Fu
90s.
Panda,
it's
baby.
fucking cool. It's so bad. All right, continue.
A lot of people think that we split into an alternate timeline. Now, Neil deGrasse Tyson and other people have, explained why that's
Scientific
impossible.
proof.
It's impossible. So you
Fair,
can't split
that's their
because what
opinion.
they're saying is that our consciousness split into this other timeline. So now we're saying that this consciousness went to another timeline, somehow got into our own brains or our brains and whatever, everything we believe went over there because all these things change. So if you think about things like Fruit Loops, it was it's spelled FROOT with the Fruit Loops as O's, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well there's evidence that in the 70s it was FRUIT. What happened?
Dude, pull it up. I'm sure there's a good article.
Oh, there's a bunch of them.
Pull up.
There's too many to even see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got
It's
the
nuts.
Berenstein Bears.
Yeah.
It's the Berenstein Bears, Berenstain Bears. That's
Yeah.
what it's always been.
Yeah, pull up examples of the Mandela effect. I'm sure there's a ton of them.
There's so many.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking Kazam.
Kazam.
Yeah, fucking
The
the, movie
Shaq movie.
Kazam, the Shaq movie.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it's always been Shaq.
It's always been Shaq. Some people thought it was Sinbad. It never was.
Look
Wait,
at Adam
what?
thinking about the shit now.
Hold on, time out. But I thought they.
No, like I remember it being Sinbad.
I
Yeah.
feel like I thought they were different.
This one I
movies.
don't remember.
Yeah, this was.
Yeah, I
there's a
don't-
lot of these things.
Yeah.
Oscar Mayer and Oscar
See, and that's the
Mayer.
thing,
I remember
people-
Oscar Mayer.
People think they were two different movies, but it really wasn't. I swear to
It's-
God, I remember it always being fucking Sinbad.
Dude,
No,
I
it
thought there
wasn't.
was two different movies.
Mm-mm.
No,
There's
there
no
wasn't.
Sinbad where he's a
Sinbad
genie,
was in First Kid.
but
Yeah,
he
but
wasn't
he
a
wasn't.
genie.
He was not a genie in
No.
Kazam.
No, it was always Shaq.
Well, I know there was shit, but I also thought there was. Oh my god.
No.
See, these are the
See,
things.
that's the
And
fucking
here's,
Mandela.
okay, so let me give you the big explanation of a lot of these examples, right?
Like you
So-
know. Like you know.
So you think I didn't deep dive into this? So all of these people, all the people who the physicists and all this other stuff, they're trying to explain this, right? Just people can't accept lack of memory. Okay,
Oh, our memories
Yours-
are the worst thing of all time.
they are,
Mhm.
and that's why a lot of things like eyewitness testimonies and trials
Yep.
and stuff can be inadmissible because
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
he was wearing a red shirt that day, and I remember him stabbing him. It's like, well, was he wearing a red shirt or was he wearing a pink shirt? Was he wearing a blue shirt? You don't know.
Because you could be
Right.
manipulated.
Correct.
manipulated
Your
as a
brain can just
motherfucker.
be remembering things incorrect, and people can't accept that they remembered something wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's like, no, I remember that because of this. Just accept that you
Yeah,
may
okay.
not be able to remember something,
So-
but that's how they're talking. We are the champions, so like people always think that
Of the world.
of the world, and we are the champions, and it cuts. There's a ton of them, man. There's
Okay. What's Yeah, I know the monocle thing.
Okay. Pikachu, where does he have the black on his tail, or does he not?
Me,
I think he doesn't.
Black tail is correct. I mean, you got.
Yeah.
Which is
I had Berenstain.
I always thought it was too. It's Bearstain.
Yeah, I thought it was a Steen too.
Okay.
Correct.
Here's George.
Did he have a tail or not?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Well,
He doesn't have a tail.
I don't know.
And that's the thing. Some of them
I
fucking
don't
just
know what
make
the
you
hell
start
this
thinking.
one is. Oh, and the Darth Vader thing says, everybody says, "Oh, Luke, I am your father." That's not what he says. He says, "No, I am your father." That's what he actually says.
Yeah, dude.
He doesn't
that's
say Luke.
bullshit.
No.
He doesn't say, "Luke, I am your father."
Whoa.
It's
He says,
no,
"No,
I
he
am
killed
your
my
fa-"
father."
Yeah,
and he's like,
some shit
"No,
like that.
I am your father." That whole thing.
Oh,
It's
man.
bullshit, dude.
C-3PO isn't all gold. What do you mean?
You know, there's different parts. Yeah, it's all weird. You can look at them all. You can just look up Mandela effect stuff.
Mona Lisa. What's that one?
Mona Lisa is smiling now, but she used to be emotionless.
I remember her smiling.
I can't tell you for
Okay.
sure. I don't know. There's lapses in memory.
Oh, I'm
That's
an
what I can
idiot,
tell
so
ya.
don't
the
believe
fucking
me.
Kit Kat with the dash.
I thought it had a dash, but I don't.
I
remember.
didn't
But
think it had a
Look at all.
dash.
There's tons of these things. There's your big one.
Yeah,
That's my
Sinbad.
guy, Sinbad.
Remember a Sinbad genie movie from the 90s?
Dude!
There isn't
Yeah.
one.
I do not believe this.
That's what I'm saying,
See?
dude. It's
See?
some fucking bullshit.
I
Believe it, it ain't
understand.
there.
I understand. I'm an idiot, but I still don't believe it. Life. Okay, what is this?
He
one?
didn't say life is. Yeah, he didn't say life is like a box of chocolates.
Life was like a box of chocolates.
That's bullshit. No, life is like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, because
you
he
never
said-
know what you're gonna get.
Yeah,
Not life was a box of chocolates.
yeah, because he's talking about what his mom says.
Yeah, because
She
if
says-
life was a box of chocolates, you
That's
already know
past
what the
tense.
fuck you got. Not
Yeah.
you never know what you're
What's the
gonna
Hannibal Lecter one, real quick?
Oh, it's just he never said hello, Clarice. He just
Oh, I don't
that's
care.
not. Oh, and Interview with a Vampire.
get. I didn't see that
Isn't-
one.
Isn't
called-
Interview with a Vampire.
What's it called?
Interview with a Vampire.
Wait,
Not with a.
Oh, with
the-
the- oh, I
with
don't
the
care.
Vampire.
Queen and Snow White. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she
did.
never said. She never said mirror, mirror
Yeah,
on the
she
wall.
did.
Yeah, she did.
No, she said magic mirror on the wall.
Jiffy peanut butter doesn't exist. My
What?
fucking ass.
That's a lie.
It's Jif.
No, it's Jiffy.
No, it's Jif.
It's Jiffy.
No, it's Jif.
Dude, they've. No.
100% has
It's a
always
fucking-
been Jif.
It's the,
Yeah, but I feel like
it's
they
the-
did like a promo.
It's
like
the
little.
Illuminati.
That's what it is.
I don't know what to tell you guys. Go.
Look, they
You
even
can
got the
go down
peanut.
those roads and everything. Just honestly, out there, everybody, just accept that you have a lapse in memory, and it's okay. It's okay to remember it one way and be like, "Oh man, it isn't. I thought it was."
I agree, except
Our
for
way
this
is the
one.
right way.
Yeah.
That's
Except
what I
for
disagree.
this.
except I'm
come off it.
remembering correctly. Is there any more on this list?
Oh, there's probably
yeah,
more.
There's a ton.
Fruit
There's
Loops.
the Fruit Loops.
Oh man.
It's always been ROOT.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
But then where it gets into it and where Jarrett will always yell at me, a guest on our show, Patreon member and all that, he'll yell at me. He's like, "Oh yeah, but they showed this old video that had this in the background," and I'm like, "I don't care." Yeah. Yeah,
anything
this is-
more? That's
all of
probably
it.
the end.
That's all of it.
Oh man, yeah, the Mandela effect is real. We can
Real,
safely
real.
say that, along with aliens. And
Yes.
BJ's
Guys.
not coming with us.
No, I'm fine
That sounded horrible.
with that. Yeah, you got to be careful of that.
Yeah, I can't put that one as the title.
Adam put in his calendar that he's got a BJ meeting, so.
Yeah, that he's coming to.
It's gonna be a hard, tough meeting.
Oh, I bet you it is.
We're gonna discuss price. But yeah, I guess that's all. Thank you for checking out episode 98.
Word. 8-9 backwards.
It's definitely been an interesting one. Thank you, BJ, for coming. We appreciate
Happy
you.
to be here.
God, I said it again. I can't say what. I'm never gonna be able to say that.
What,
Just
BJ,
get
thanks
past
for
it.
coming?
Yeah,
Ha! You are welcome, sir.
dude.
You want me to go by Robert?
No, this is way more fun, but I'm also upset about it. Anyway, thank you guys for checking out episode 98. We love you. Have a good night.
Until next week. Peace.